My name is James Ray Ruth. I'm a man no different than anybody on this planet. I drink, I smoke, I fuck, I steal, I lie, I've cheated men, women, my wife. I've cheated on my wife when I had one. I was never married as far as a ceremony. 10 years with the same woman and 3 kids is matrimony. I'm nothing that you are not. And with that said, I will not portray myself as some golden fucking goose who will give himself, well, I'm representing the Lord, so I should know. It's not me. In fact, when I met the Lord, I always had him. I have 3 cameras on the back of this phone. Camera nodes. I'm staring at the top one. I have no idea how it's perceiving forward in the view. Just to let that be known. But I always had the Lord. I never once knew the Bible until I was 19. I was in a jail in Lee County, Kentucky. It was a prison, actually, called Lee Adjustment Center. I was there for assault 4 on my wife. No, I did not hit her. We had what you called a white trash relationship. We're white. We talk trashy shit. Bitch, fuck you. What you doing? Your mama answered, bitch, whatever. Fair weather. But that's her hitting me. And me laughing at her. Miss Demery. And then her picking up the phone. He hit me. You better leave. Why? Well, sometimes it was true, sometimes it wasn't. We've all lived that, haven't we? And I love this woman to death. And I haven't seen this woman in years, boy. It's not about her. It's an example. A forward parable. Explained in the demographic that we all know today. My name is James Ray Ruth. And I represent the truth. The only reason I stay silent and stare now, my head is full of all of your thoughts. And I struggle at this moment to collect my own thought, to continue forward with why I started this. I have not lost the reason, but I process, not like a computer, just the only way a man can say it to our understanding of today's terminology. I pause to process all of your thoughts, and I do not know how or why they came to me. Here is what happened. Keep in mind, I know I look like shit. And I do not know how this camera is seeing me now because there are 3. I'm going to touch the one I'm looking at. One. Then below that, another. Then below that, another. I'm looking at this one. And I cannot see the forward screen view. And as I said before, I'll stop and pause for you. I have the whole earth somehow chimed into me. And it looks like I want to cry. But I feel no pain. And the sorrow that I feel is not my own. And it's not sorrow. It's a sadness of a truth revealed. There is a higher, more omnipotent presence than us. And he gave me this wisdom to give to you now. I know it says American. Amassed memorology, encumbered, returning information candidly across nexus. That's why it stops and has a pause right at before information becomes liably. And I'm going to leave the E open to everybody. We are. Did you hear that click? And then again, that is wisdom, my friend. And here she be. Of Solomon. Meaning Solomon, King Solomon, states this forward. Now go back up. Solomon. He's saying this in favor of me for this moment. O God, give your judgment to the king, your justice to the king sent. I'm sorry, my screen's cracked. I'm reading it wrong and I'm watching through the screen. Oh God, give your judgment to the king, your judgment to the king's son. He gave his judgment to Jesus Christ, who is reflecting through me. I am not a king. I am a son of God. I am not that son. You see the star? Well, hey, there we are. That he may govern your people with justice. You're oppressed with right judgment. Now the B, I don't care what this says, it's telling you down below. The B means begotten, and that represents all of us. With judgment begotten, that the mountains may yield their bounty for the people, the mountains of knowledge, and the hills great abundance. Now the E. I apologize. Once again, I'm watching through my cracked screen. The C. I pause for the sounds. And the hills great abundance. Circumference, that he may define the oppressed among the people. Now the circumference represents the full circumference of all creation. And I'm telling you these things as I perceive them forward, more like a freestyle of thought. So let me return. Oh God, give your judgment to the King, Jesus Christ. Your justice to the King's Son. I am the Son of Jesus Christ who taught me. See how the star there goes before an A? Accuracy. That he may govern your people with just across. Tice. I'm jousting. It's a just. To forward joust would be to thrust. So I entice you with information, meaning the dash. Justice. And that does give justice to the circumstance of this cause. So again, I return. O God, your judgment to the King, your justice to the King's Son, that he may govern your people with justice. I am not a king. I rule no one. God does not rule you. Jesus does not rule you. You are not ruled. You are governed. Not as your government governs you, but as your Father and my Father the same watches over you. And you do want that, because without that you are lost. So therefore, you are oppressed. Now you see how that turns from the oppressed into therefore you are oppressed with right judgment. That the mountains may yield their bounty for the people. And that is knowledge. And you are the people. And this is that bounty. And the hills, great abundance. The hills are not hilltops. They are hills of your feet. The leeches of the bottom. As we demographically perceive to be lesser than us of any defining situation. In this circumstance, hills, as I just stated, do not exist because we are all the same. Excuse me, I just burped. It's for only our understanding, not for a pinpoint of pointing a finger. Truth be told, I'm a heel, and so are you. We are all below God. And for the hill's great abundance, that he may define the oppressed among the people. And I just did. Save the children of the poor and crushed. I'm sorry. As I said, I'm reading through a cracked screen. Save the children of the poor and crushed. the oppressor. So to read that forward accurately would be that he may, you know what, I'll start at the top. A prayer for the king of Solomon, who wrote this. I, Solomon, the word of. Now, China, you will agree, you read backwards in your Magnus. So read it like I do. A prayer for the king of Solomon. I, Solomon, of our God, give your judgment to the king, your justice to the king's son, that he may govern your people with justice. You're oppressed with right judgment, that the mountains may yield their bounty for the people, and the hills great abundance, that he may defend the oppressed among the people. Save the children of the poor and crush the oppressor. And now I shall. Through wisdom I wrote this. And wisdom is your mother. The Lord is your father. Now I'm going to lay this phone down and open these pages and read them to you. And I'm speaking to France, the American government. Whoever runs SpaceX, it is not you, Elon. And to the Russian astronaut system. Before I do this and show you that, I want to show you this. The books of wisdom. Go past wisdom 19. I want you to turn to the wisdom of Ben Sira. I will reveal to you the lost tribe. The wisdom of Ben Sira derives its title from the author, Yahshua, Jesus, son of Eleazar, son of Sarah. This is the Jesus you know. This is why the Hebrew language had no J, and why Yahshua became as it is for the understanding of the name Jesus, which is why Jesus is blocked in. That is where I end there with the book of Ben Sira. And Sarah is representative of Sarah, who turned into a pillar of salt. Ben, before eternities, this means now. In our time, 2023, Obi-Wan Kenobi, G, I know it sounds so stupid, but it's very true. We take Obi-Wan Kenobi from that movie as an understanding of that woman crying out to the most wismatic man who could help them at the time. True or false? Now I tell you this, and it's very true. When God began to give me all of this information a year ago, I challenged him. I said, you wrote these words, then you can change them. I want you to change my favorite book of the Bible by one bar only on page 1, which was Ecclesiastes. He said, I will do you greater. Enough said. I wrote this in the Louisville jail 3 days ago, using nothing but wisdom given to me by the Lord God, and it is all very true. I will explain all of this. The writing above will explain why I'm showing you these in a silent pause. So let me start over. Ignore the G and the F, because these are false. I gained a higher enlightenment and understanding of why I was writing these things before I became apparent as to why I wrote those 2 demographic letters. Know what I show you next? I had tattooed upon my hand for no reason other than I liked the video game Zelda. And I was a grown man when I got this tattoo. A woman named Jessica Corner drew the tattoo I'm about to show you. Freestyle. And my cousin tattooed it on there that night. He first used yellow. It would not show. So we went over it again. Three triangles: power, wisdom, and courage. Let's return here. 1 through 8 are 8-sided hexagonal dice and cubes. I'm waiting for the screen to adjust. Each of the 8 panels are mirrored gold. The parentheses that you see equal the event horizon. As I say, I wait for the screen to adjust. Of a black hole. The triangle going upwards equals current time, where we now stand, where you are watching this. The triangle going downwards equal inverted quantum time dilated existing life. I'm going to pause, and now I have to stop because there is a police officer going to tell me to leave. And I will continue this video after this momentary interaction that we are about to have. I understand. I'm going to let you know I have a phone recording. I will turn it down from the review, but it's recording audio.
Fine, that's fine.
I'm doing something for the Lord, and I understand that I'm trespassing. I will leave.
Okay, you have a good night.
God bless you. I'm going to stop this video now, and I'm going to honor this man. As I told him, I will not show him, and I will continue forward next.